Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial ABCD. So today we'll be learning to do some reviewing and text analysis of some data sets from Cargo, that's Amazon review. So that said, I'm going to have to go to Cargo and then follow the link here. Okay, then download it. So after it's downloaded, there's a reviews.csv. You would have to extract it. Okay, so when it's done, so you can see this is the particular document we are working in. So, okay, Jupyter Notebook. So we want to ensure that our file is in the same location or directory as our Jupyter Notebook file. So you can see I have my reviews.csv here. Okay, in the same directory or folder. Okay, so all I have to do now is so let me open my folder. So if you look at my folder, you can see I have the reviews and then the Jupyter Notebook file in the same folder. Okay. Makes it easier to access it. So you can see when I click on the reviews.csv, all I need to do is just copy this reviews.csv, and you can see the files here. I can go to my Jupyter Notebook file and then I'll just paste it here. So that is it. So first we have to import Pandas as PD as our data frame. Okay, it helps us to do the data frames. And then import numbers NP for some numerical computation. Then we would create a variable called reviews underscore data sets, and then equals pd.read underscore csv. So remember, I'm using the reviews.csv file. So the file we just downloaded. Okay, once you extract it, then you put it in the same directory or folder as your Jupyter Notebook file, and just copy the name and then paste it here. Okay. So here we want the head, so 2000, 20,000. Okay, so the first 20,000 of the rows, and then drop NA. Okay, so the first 20,000. So this particular line is going to drop none values. Okay, in our data sets. So when I scroll down, you can see it's going to start from 1 to 1999. Okay. So yeah, 1 to 1999. Now, yeah. So let's see what next to do. So when I do reviews underscore datasets dot head, okay. So whatever variable name you give, okay, you use that variable name and then dot head is going to give us the first 5 rows for our data sets. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, now let's see the next row. So this isn't something that I'll talk much on, but we want to do some visualization. So Seaborn, we are importing Seaborn as SNS and doing some matplotlib. Then we want to display the score. So you can see we have the score. Okay, so in our data set, we have the score column. Header is the score. And this particular line of code is going to give us the number of counts of each score. Okay. So our score starts from 1 to 5. You can see with 5, let's say, so the score 1 to 5. And then our 1 star rating is at 20,000, no, 2,000. And then our 5 score is at 12,000. Okay, so that's what this particular line of code is doing. And then we have sns.countsplots. So countsplots2, we are using the score. And then this one is going to give us a different visualization for our data sets. Okay. So similarly, you can see it appears with the score and then it counts but with more colors. Now reviews underscore data sets and then in square bracket text. So we have a text column in our data set. Okay. We want the third at the index position of 3. We want to fetch that data. Okay, so you can see we have, if you are looking for, okay, so let's go to our document and then let's see what we want. If I count, so this is what we want. So if you are looking for the secret ingredient, as you see here, so our test column, you can see it here. Okay. So if you are looking for the secret, so that's our test column that we are trying to access um, reviews from. So let's go to, okay. So here we want to convert our lesson, our review here, this particular review to a text block object. So we create a variable and then equals text block. Okay, the T is caps, the text, the T is caps. Okay, that's the first T, and then the B is caps, the first B is caps. In the bracket reviews underscore data set square brackets text, so the text column, and then the index. Okay, so our index 3. So if we'll check, okay, this particular text here has the polarity of 0.1 and then subjectivity of 0.5. Okay, so this was tackled earlier in the course. Now this particular line of code, we are creating a function, okay, and we want to add a column to our data set that's sentiment polarity. Okay, so as you see here, we don't have that column. So we want to add that column and then provide this sentiment, that's the polarity for each row. So we've defined a function get polarity. You can use any name, and then review. So put in a name here, and then we will return in the results. So test block, converting our review into a test block object. So dot sentiment dot polarity. Okay. So now that we've converted into a test block and then we've gotten the polarity, we are creating a data frame that's sentimental polarity. Sorry, sentiment polarity equals reviews underscore data set. Then our um, review dataset is the column text, and that's it. So when we use the dot apply get polarity, okay, it's going to apply our function on this text, and then we'll be able to get our data frame. Okay. So SNS dot displot is also another way of visualizing our data sets. Okay, so this one we are trying to visualize our sentiment polarity. And then this one too, the bar plots option too is there that I can use to visualize the data sets. Okay, so still with the sentimental polarity. Now here we want to get the negative reviews. Okay, so with the negative review, there's just a variable name, so you can use any variable name, and then equals reviews underscore data sets. In the square brackets, reviews underscore data set does sentiment underscore polarity equals -1. Okay, so dot text dot head is going to fetch us the first 5 negative rows. Okay, so you can see we have from 545, 545. We have these chips are nasty. Okay, so that's a negative review. Okay. So we print that out. You can see what we have now. So let's try accessing the full review that the person made. So I just have to review underscore data sets square bracket text, that's the column that we are accessing, and then square brackets the particular row. So if we print that out, you can see we have these chips are nasty, and then you can see nasty. So this actually qualifies for a negative review. And similarly do that for the positive, just that here you equate it to 1. Okay, so not what I was expecting in terms of comparison something. If we print that whole this thing, you can see we have it out here from delivery products. Okay. So similarly the same with this. Okay, so trying to fetch this particular line of review or row of review, and similar to this one too. Okay, so if you read carefully, you notice that there are good reviews that this person's made. So here reviews underscore data sets dot pill is going to give us the row starting from the bottom, so 1999, That's excluding the last review, that's 2000, 20,000 or so. Sorry, it will include including that. So here, if we print this particular, so we want to access this particular row. Okay, so that's the index. So I purchase the salt. So reviews underscore data sets. Okay, and then inputs that value. You should get this. Now with the pip install word cloud, we want to visualize our um, text. So we use the word cloud for that. That's going to give us a collage of words. Okay, to help us visualize the most frequent or prominent text in our review. Okay, so pip install it. That's word cloud. And what I did here was to create a variable called word underscore token and then assign it an empty string. Okay. Now we are looping through for txt, another variable. Okay. So this is what we want summary. So for txt in reviews underscore datasets, so square brackets, we are trying to access our summary column. Okay. So we are going to loop through, so square bracket, and then the colon at the end of the square brackets. So word token or word talk plus equals str into bracket txt. Okay, so this is going to join the words or concatenate the words, okay, in the summary column, and then we are converting it into a text block. Okay, so remember we created an empty list, sorry, an empty string. Okay, so variable, so we are converting them into a text block. Okay, since um, the strings or the reviews have been, or that's from the summary have been um, concatenated. Okay, so if I print blob.word underscore count, is going to give us the counts for each and every word in this data set. So food appears 231 times. Okay, so you can see it's an endless list or text or string. So now print stop words. So stop words, they are words that appear we use frequently and they have no useful meaning, or sorry, they have little information that's useful information, and they don't affect the outcome of your model. Okay, that's negatively. So this particular review, these are the and then the length of the stop words in this particular review. Okay, so 192. Okay, so from word cloud import. So what we want to do is want to do some um, graphics. Okay, so from word cloud import word cloud. So remember we did a stop words. Okay, for this particular review, and then the image generator is going to generate colors based on RGB image. Okay, so that's from the documentation I got somewhere. So from word cloud import word cloud comma stop words comma and then image color generator. So here we create any variable, we create word cloud, and then we give it some width and height, and then dot generate. Okay, remember I created a variable called word talk. Okay, so whichever name you use at this part or this line of code, put that same name there. Okay, so it's going to help us generate the colors for this particular um, data set. So we have the size, we have the IM show, so it's going to display the data as an image. So plt.title, as you see a word prominence, and then the size is 16. Then we have plt.save. Okay, so the name, and then you put the name. Okay, it's a string, remember. So plt.axis on is going to give us this y-axis and x-axis with some values. And then we don't need it, so I'm going to do it off. I'm going to turn it off. So when you turn it off, this thing should disappear. Then plt.show is actually going to make this appear. Okay, so you can see good appears prominently, love and the likes appears more in our data sets. Okay, so let's look at here. So if I double click on this word cloud, it should produce the image as the saved image. Okay, so you can see what we did here. This is made possible using the plt.save fig. plt.save fig, and then in the parentheses one bracket put the name. So from nltk.corpus import stopwords. So stopwords.words.english, sorry, into bracket English. We want to get the stopwords in English language. Okay. So we have I, me, my, ourselves, which, okay, and the likes. Now here, if we print that out, we would have 179 stopwords in the English language. Stopwords dot words into brackets French. Okay, so French. So you can see French. So we have the stopwords in French. Au, avec, nous, moi, and the likes. Okay. Then if you print the length of French stopwords, you have 157. Okay. So this is it for our test block. That's our review for this particular Amazon datasets. Okay, so thank you.